seems like tonight, you talked about it earlier today, that it hadn't played so long. How that impacted us?
Oh, I don't think that impacted us. It was just men against boys tonight. They got a really good team. I know they've lost a few, but there's a reason they seemingly, outshoot every team by a wide margin. They're number 1 or 2 in the league in shots and offensive zone time. And I thought they were heavier, harder, faster, more competitive than we were tonight.
Earlier today that might have playoff type feel in this matchup.
Well, they did. We couldn't match it. We tried at times, and we had a good start and probably should have scored. Missed an easy goal. We tried to elevate and raise ours to theirs, but we couldn't match it consistently. We had too many guys that just weren't at that competitive level, and our offensive execution was very poor. We had tons of chances. It's weird to say that considering the shots on goal. But you think about all the breakaways and 2-on-1s that we didn't execute on, backside passes for one-timers that we missed a pass or missed a shot. So our offensive execution wasn't near good enough. Our D didn't move the puck near fast enough. And then we had individuals in our group that just could not match the consistency of their competitiveness.
It seemed like as you guys were starting to gain momentum on that power play, it wasn't going to be a goal into a one-score game. What was
he said that they on the ice, you can't review this in the American League. You can only review crossing the line. Their call on the ice is no goal because our guy pushed the pad across the line. It's probably the right call. I think that it was a good competitive battle there. Murray went harder than that. I thought Murray had one of our few that had a really strong game. And I loved how hard he went to the net. And I'd rather have goals get disallowed than not score them. So that would have been 3-2. That would have been a big moment. And then we got our first unit out there after that, and they just weren't good enough tonight. Our first unit had plenty of chances to capitalize and to get us a lead or get us back to tied, and it just wasn't good enough tonight.
What else are you looking for from your group as you continue to play?
Well, I mean, that's a good example for our guys. That's you look at their lineup, up front, and it's old and it's heavy, and there's a bunch of former NHLers, but real NHLers, guys that played hundreds and hundreds of games in the NHL, and other guys that are on their way to being NHLers. And that's what it's going to take. And some of our guys just were not up to the test from a consistency of competitiveness, shift in, shift out.
There are 2 trips in here. I mean, I don't know if the record tonight, but they kind of.
I think they're one of the best teams we've played all year. I felt that way last time we played them too. Analytics say they're way better than their record. They do play a hyper aggressive. Yeah, the eye test on the video, it does too. They play hyper aggressive though, so they do give up some massive chances the other way. Breakaways, 2-on-1s, things of that nature, because their D are so suffocating. And we had those tonight. We didn't execute on those. And we put we created more opportunities than we converted on. And if we converted on some of those side angle breakaways, Murray had one in the second that would have tied it. He had one to start the third that would have tied it, that he hit the crossbar. Murphy had one. Rusek and Wisey, or Rusek and Beersy had a 2-on-1. I mean, there's not another player you'd really rather have than those two going down a 2-on-1, and it was just wasn't good enough execution.
What would you say about how the transition offense plays?
Well, not good enough. I don't think our D moved the puck well enough tonight. Our D moved it slowly tonight. And I think that's been something that's been better and better as our group, is that we've been predictable with our puck decisions, and we've been moving pucks to predictable places, which allow you to play faster, and we just weren't tonight. But again, a lot of it, you got to credit your opponent. Some of our struggles are related to how good they were as well.
What would you say about Sierra in terms of that?
It's just good to have him back. I think he did some real good things. I think there's things he struggled with, which is normal for a first game back. But he's a real good player, and it's good to have him back in the lineup.
You mentioned your power play before, half-time struggled in. What was missing from the power play?
Just the precision and execution. At the end of the day, what really makes the power play and Kulik and Roseanne and Byro and Churka and Quinn and all those guys get a lot of the credit over the last few years. It's Mersch and Murr, and we're just too cute tonight. We got to get more pucks into our two big men because they're as good as it comes in the American League at that position.